God knows where to grow you. Hi, welcome back to another one of our Director's Cuts. As an overflow of yesterday's message on the third week of Advent of joy as related to the shepherds, I thought I wanted to bring to you an interesting fact. You know, the word stable is not used in the Christmas narrative. People often have nativity scenes of kind of a stick shack out in the middle of nowhere that Jesus was born into. And I'd like to tell you that I think that this is highly unlikely. It is very much romanticized in our culture, but the word that is used that identifies that he was in a place of animals was that he was wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger because there was no room for him in an inn. Okay, what was common amongst villages of that period and of towns like that were that they were often two stories. And they had walled off cities and walled off towns for the purpose of protection from invaders, but also wild animals like bears, mountain lions, and wolves. And so they would not keep their animals out for long in pens like you see we do with just the fence posts scattered here and there. And so many nights, unless they were guarded well, the animals would be brought in, and the first level of many people's homes, at least at the backside, would be where the animals would sleep, kind of like your garage, and then having your home over top of that. And so there was likely no room for any of the rentals. The inn was probably more of like an Airbnb style than an actual like a hotel style. And there would be no room left for them, so they were left to stay downstairs. Yes, it was still with the animals. Yes, it was in a manger. And they were able to be easily found as they were there. Now, what I think is actually kind of interesting about this too is that the Lamb of God was born in Bethlehem. Yes, we know that it was prophesied because of that. But here's a real interesting fact that I think that you'll like. Not only about learning about what kind of stable that they were in, but that it was Bethlehem itself. Now, Jerusalem is a mountaintop city, and it's arid, and there's no pasture land right beside it. Bethlehem is only about 6 miles away, and it is to the southwest of Jerusalem and is the closest pasture land to the temple. And through archaeological digs in the past, we have found out that there was a setup there of a bunch of stables, and there was a big farming unit there for sheep who would be taken to the temple for the temple sacrifices. So that means that the temple actually had their own farms for which the sacrifices for which they would do. And that's what makes it even more fitting that the Lamb of God, who would remit the sins of the world with his blood, would be born in Bethlehem. Wow. There's more importance to the things and places that God has in our lives than we may realize. And I hope that one day you'll realize that you have been raised and planted right where you are for God's divine purpose in your life. Well, thank you for tuning in, and God bless you, and have a great day.